Pownal Select Board special meeting for Tuesday, November 19th at 7 p.m. We need to approve the agenda. Number 1, approve minutes of 11/12. 2, warrants. 3, board liaison report. 4, lister errors and omission. 5, discuss health insurance opt-out. 6, public comment. 7, executive session, which we are going to strike because we don't need it. So can I entertain a motion to accept, please?
So moved.
Can I have
A second.
So that was Jamie and
Bob.
Ron?
Was that Jamie and Bob? Jamie and Mike?
Jamie and Ron.
Jamie and Ron. Oh, God. I lost my left ear.
Okay, Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Angie, aye. Okay, warrants?
How about the minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I skip the minutes? I did skip the minutes, I'm so sorry. Approval of minutes of 11/12. Did everybody have a chance to read them?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of 11/12.
Second.
Any discussion? Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Angie, aye. Number 2, warrants. Payroll ending 11/15 for $9,385.27. Accounts payable ending 11/20/20 for $4,276,828.53. Appalachia salt for the road salt for $1,201.28. Casella Waste Management for $4,096.83. Dell Business is the ledger grant expense. That is $5,596.99. We will get reimbursed for that. That's for all the electronics. Mount Anthony school tax, $1,690,671.46. Southwest Vermont Supervisory Union school tax is $1,702,888.28. Town of Pownal Road Department is road taxes paid for $848,697.13. And then the IRS is for $3,139.68. That's for $4,276,828.53. Can I entertain a motion, please?
Make a motion to accept the warrants.
Second.
Second it.
Jamie?
Any further discussion? Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Angie, aye. All right, board liaison report. Do you have anything, Rebecca?
I really don't have much because I did an in-depth report last week. But I do want to say very quickly that I spoke to some of you informally about the idea of creating and kind of an administrative assistant role that covers all boards, including the DRB, the Planning Commission, and the Select Board, so we can streamline our minutes and agendas, our warnings, and some small administrative work. And I spoke to Sid, who is the chair of both of those boards, and he asked me to relay to you, and he will also write a letter that he is in full and complete support of this idea. He actually thinks it's a great idea. In Massachusetts, I guess, there is one person that does all the warnings and minutes for all the boards. So I would like to put something together on paper and bring that to the next regular meeting as an idea for you to discuss and look at. And that's all I have. Unless you have questions for me about anything I'm working on.
It's just the my comments on that is I haven't decided entirely because of course there's going to be arguments pro and con on that, but I really like the idea also. It's I think it'll bring a more consistency across all of our boards commissions. Having one person doing all the minutes for all of them makes those consistent. And then it's easier to correct if anything's wrong. It's one person to correct it, and they don't need to coordinate. So there's this, and it makes the position itself more desirable than, to get a higher quality person who can then spend more hours, and it becomes a position that we're going to have to do anyway. Either we're going to have to hire somebody separate for the select board and separate for the others, or we're going to hire one person across and give us that consistency and a better position, I think.
And I also, what I was thinking about was that it's already budgeted for the Planning Commission and DRB. We already have that line item. So it's not like this is a whole brand new position taking a whole new budget line. This already exists, and the balance of it can come out of what's left, elsewhere. But I just think because it offers more hours, you'll attract someone who wants to earn those hours. And since now you've bumped me up to 40, I don't think that, it would be difficult for me to do all of these things at this point. So excellent point. And that's, since it's all budgeted for, and we need to make that point in public also. This is not an addition to the budget. These are things that have to be done across all three board commissions. And the line items already exist. All we're doing is combining them.
Yep, I agree.
I just want to reiterate I think I spoke to a couple of board members about this too, that at one time I was that one person who worked all three of the boards and did exactly what we were just discussing. So it's nothing new. It has been done before. But as my job load increased and my work hours increased for the select board, it became evident that another individual had to be hired to take the role and let them do DRB and Planning Commission. So it's, I'm hoping the board is in support of it.
Thank you, Linda. Any other discussion? All right, we're going to go to number 4, listers, errors, and omission. The Board of Listers of the Town of Pownal have hereby supplied the following changes to the 2020 grand list. 2 power companies increased their values. So can I have a motion to accept, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just for my understanding, what exactly are we doing? Increasing the land value for power companies?
For 2.
For 2 of them.
Their values have increased, and these values are now being reported to the Vermont Department of Taxes.
Okay.
It changes your grand list. That's why you have to do this.
Okay. Do we need to know from what to what?
Yes.
One is, can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Green Mountain Power Company, and the other one is the New England Power Company. And they're changing, can I say the dollar amount? Green Mountain Power is changing $237,732.45. They're going up that amount. And then the New England Power is going up $30,300. Does that answer everybody's question?
So that increases your total grand list.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have one last question.
That's fine.
For the one that went up 237,000, I'm looking for a percentage, or just trying to get a feel for it. I mean, if it went up from $100,000 to 337,
I can say the whole amount, right? Okay, so Bob, listen, please.
I'm assuming it's millions.
Okay, Green Mountain Power Company, 6,558,900 went to 6,796,600. So that's a difference of $237,732.45. Okay. New England Power was 1,436,800, changed to 1,467,100. That's a difference of 30,300.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm good. I just needed to know that it wasn't some substantial percentage. So 6.5 million to 6.7 million
No.
is. Well, I just mean the ballpark, right? It's between
Right.
6 and 7 million went up 237,000. That's substantially different than if it was 1 million going up 237,000. Right, I'm good.
Right.
I think I missed the numbers for Green Mountain Power. It didn't make sense to me, but I might have missed it. Can you read those numbers to me again, Angie?
Green Mountain Power, 6,558,900. Went
Okay.
6,796,600. So that's a difference of $237,732.45.
Okay, I for some reason the audio, I missed the 6 million on both ends, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Are we good?
I'm good.
All right. So Bob,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Ronnie,
Aye.
Angie, I. All
The
right.
board is going to have to stop into the office individually and sign that document for the listers, please. And it should be done quickly. And Jamie, you need to come back too.
Yep.
All right. Discussion of the health insurance opt-out. Mike, you sent that to us. Did you want to say something about that?
Yeah, we don't have a policy on that, as far as I can tell, correct? This is just something that was willy-nilly, as far as I can tell, put in 2013. Am I correct on that, Linda? I think that's what it is, right?
It's a health insurance benefit history that was given to you.
Right, but we don't have a town policy set up on the health insurance opt-out. So I think that opens up a possibility of, well, we give it to Peter, but we don't give it to Paul, and we don't give it to Janet, but we give it to Jane. You know, I think we need a policy.
That's not true, Mike. In any new employee that's been hired for the road crew, the treatment plant, when they come in and they are hired for full-time, health insurance is a benefit for being full-time.
Right.
If you choose not to take it because for whatever reason you choose not to take it, the town gives $40 a week, and it has been that way like since 1997.
So
it actually saves the town a tremendous amount of money, especially.
And I don't disagree with that. I totally agree with that, Linda. I just think that what we've done is we don't have a policy that states that's what we do.
It's not written anywhere is what he's saying.
Well, it's written here.
It's not a policy in the town anywhere, right? It's just something that was put together.
Town insurance benefit policy history is what it's called.
So we do have a policy. What's the policy number?
None of our policies have numbers.
So I think what I'm hearing is that there is a policy. I think we didn't know that there was a policy, but it's been consistently applied since '97.
Correct.
Correct. I mean, that's something that maybe we should take a look at. All policies should be numbered.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not numbered, then that's something we need to rectify moving forward.
When was that policy adopted, Linda?
I don't know. Looks about 1997, the board voted. So that would be when it was adopted.
And I don't have a problem with it. I just have a
It
problem
was
that we
so
didn't know.
voted by, okay, so let's not confuse the people out there. $40 per week in lieu of town insurance. This was voted by the board about 1997 to encourage employees to use spouse's insurance or other if available. This saves the town money.
It says the share policy has been in existence since 2007.
So it was a practice from 1997, and then they had
Forward.
history thing in 2007. It sounds
Yes.
So we gotta add either appendix or something to our personnel policy that would show for insurance and lock that in, I believe is what Mike's even saying.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's we're hiring people. I mean, we hired Rebecca, so to speak, without knowing anything about this policy or insurance. I don't disagree with it. I just think that we need to have that out there in our hiring.
It really should be part of the personnel policy where it discusses insurance.
Right, exactly. I just think that's all I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying we don't know about it, or I didn't.
Can I interject for a second, if you don't mind? One thing that Linda and I have been talking about, and I've spoken to you guys individually about, is that I would really like to review the personnel policy and just really, really, really evaluate it for not, this is a new thing, but for other things as well. I'd like to do a policy review of that. That's on my docket of things I want to do. So that's certainly something that when I do that, we can add that in if that's been a practice since '97.
I agree with you, Rebecca. What we used to do on the school board, and I don't know if it's something that we can do here, is every meeting we would have up to 4 policies, and every year we'd go around all the policies, and every month we'd have to review and then adopt. And it could be the same policy year after year. We just always review it, and then we date it on the policy when it was reviewed and adopted again, and everybody agreed to it.
I think that's amazing because I think that we do need more review on these policies. I agree with that. That's why I have it, on my list. So
I think the board in the last couple of years, because the policies have been all over the place, that I think it's on a 3-year review cycle where it was left off.
I think that's too long. So for our next meeting, why don't we start?
There may not be enough time for the next meeting, and we've got to move into budget.
Okay. I put it on our agenda though to remind us to discuss it more.
Okay.
Please. All right, is that it, Mike, on that?
Yeah. No, yes, that's it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure there was no more comments or anything from you, hon, or any other discussion.
No, I'm good. I want it in a policy somewhere on that personnel. I think that's where it belongs.
Right. I agree. It should be in with the insurance. And that's why I think we start reviewing the policies every meeting, even just 1 or 2, and get them numbered, put them in order, and move forward with it.
And another important piece of information in this document that I have, it talks about so that board members understand the administrative fees that are charged, because you're moving into budget and you're going to see a line item for this, and at the end of the year, monies get moved and boards don't fully understand why. Regarding administrative charges, fees charged to the road fund and the wastewater fund, one should consider not only the administrative assistant wages and included benefit costs, but also a portion of the treasurer's wages and benefits. Both positions are part of administrative costs for the road budget and the treatment plant budget, because they have administration. So do you understand that?
Okay. Yeah, I do totally.
Okay. So that's it, except for public comment. Rebecca, is there anybody out there?
Nope.
I have one comment that I want to bring up. Something we should think about as a board. And this is coming from the zoning administrator. So I've got a couple of public hearings that I got one that is in my possession now, one that I've had a phone call on that's coming to us or to the DRB probably in December. I don't know how we want to handle that with all the, I think there's going to be some new restrictions coming down. So you know, are we going to have those guys go Zoom? Are we going to delay them? And where do we stand legally, I guess, if we delay them?
I think you're supposed to hold them by Zoom if you can, so that we don't slow down the processing of permits.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
There was language written for that in the very beginning of COVID.
Okay.
And I believe that's what we stated at our last meeting also, that all other committees would be following the same guidelines as well as every department for the
right. Right.
And we just lost access to the rescue squad. We had been holding the DRB meetings there because they were allowed to have up to like 21 people in there. But I believe that that's been taken off the table now, which makes sense. And so, you know, for the DRB for now, since I'm working with that, you know, I'll have to help everyone figure out Zoom for those.
The hardest part is probably going to be for the pre-documentation requirements for the people that are between the people that are presenting and the boards.
Well, it's doable as long as people know how to use Zoom. I can give sharing permissions so that people can share their documents on the screen for everyone to see. It's the tech, it's the arc of understanding the technology and where everyone's at with that.
And I think we're all over the place.
I mean, I understand it, but if people are at home in their own homes and they don't understand it, then it's difficult for me to help them, you know?
Correct.
You know what works a whole lot better, and what I've noticed is in the more recent, our last two meetings, we seem to have a much better time at Zoom when we're using it as it's intended. It's actually intended that that we're not all co-located in one room. It's intended that we're dialing in from our own individual places, and this seems to work pretty well. Where we as a board have had more trouble is when we're all in the room trying to look at one computer.
Right.
So this actually, this is what it's designed to do, or what we're doing right now.
Okay.
That's the only comment I had.
Okay. Then have a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Angie? Aye.
Board members, please check your email.
Okay.
Check your email. I sent you documents, your budget, your first copy.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving, we'll get going.
Thank you.
Fun.
Have a good day.
Fun times ahead.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.